Hi everyone, my name is Bob Marsh and I have been asked to put together a video showing you how to use Facebook for advertising your church or your upcoming church event. I hope you have a Facebook page, and if you do, it would look something similar to this when you go to your home site on that Facebook page. When you do that, you're going to find that there is a spot where you can post a new post for the timeline of the church. If you click on that, it's going to give you the option of adding photographs or other media. I'm going to add a photograph here that I've looked at earlier for an Easter sunrise service, because that's what we're going to be promoting today in our example. And in here, I would just type in some of the information about it. Come join us for our Easter sunrise service. Then I would put the location in there, the time. Of course, time is going to be sunrise. And then we hope you'll come and worship with us. Of course, you would want to put in more details. You'd want to have it fully laid out, but I'm just doing this quickly so I can show you. Then you click on the word publish. Now, in a couple of seconds after this has got done reloading, it's going to bring me back to my home page, and it's going to show me my timeline. And in that timeline, there's going to be this new post that we just did right there. It has exactly the way I typed it. It's all there. And so down here at the bottom, you'll see there's a place where it says boost this post. So if I click on that, it's going to give me options now about how to make this post become an active advertising partner in reaching our community. If I go over here to the left side of this little window, it has different ways for me to boost the event. And then the two primary areas I'm interested in are audience and budget. Who's going to see my ad, and how much am I going to pay for it? If you take here people that you choose through targeting, click on that, and then you have the opportunity to edit who's going to see your ad. Facebook is going to give you a generic default program that is going to be 50 miles around your city. You see here it says Germany, Darmstadt, 50 miles, and an age group of between 13 and 65. Now I'm going to edit that for a couple of reasons, but the main being that I don't need to reach people that are 13 and over. I'm going to go from 18, let's say. And I'm also not interested in reaching people that are 50 miles away. In fact, I'm going to narrow this down to about 15 miles because that's just a little more effective use of my campaign dollar. Once I've done that, it tells me that my audience size looks good, and that the potential audience size for this ad is 240,000 people. That's the number of people in that 15-mile radius of Darmstadt who are on Facebook. I'm going to save that because that sounds really good. I'd love to reach 240,000 people with my little ad. Now, the budget then is where I can put in the amount that I want to spend on this ad. Now, the ad is going to be run for a number of days that I'm going to choose later, but the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a budget. So let's say that I'm going to choose, well, for argument's purposes, let's just say $100 US. Then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to pick the dates that I want to run it. I'm going to run it from today through the 31st of March, which is the day before Easter, which makes the most sense for an Easter sunrise service. Now it tells me then that I'm going to spend $3.22 per day. It's going to run for 31 days and it's going to end on March 31st. Obviously that's not very much money. You're probably going to want to go back up here and change this to 200 at least. Just because that's a long period of time, you're going to probably want to have a little more money on there. So let's say that we do 200 for this. It's then going to ask you to pay for it. Not surprising, right? I have already placed within here and have it set up in my account one of my credit cards. It's a personal card. I then get reimbursed from the church for these advertisings that we do. I have never had any trouble at all with using my personal credit card. There's never been any hinky business going on with the money or the account. So I believe that it's safe. Once I've done all this, I've looked over my ad, it's what I want it to say, it's got all the information I have on it, then I just click boost and they take it from there. They review it. It usually takes about 2 hours or so. You get an email back that says that your ad has been approved, and then you're off to the races. They may make some coaching. For example, if your graphic has a lot of writing on it, they may say, wow, this looks like it's got a lot of writing. We find that doesn't work real well. But you can override that and ask them to do it anyway, and they will. I'm going to cancel this now because I'm not actually going to run this promotion. I've got other things that are in the mix at the moment, so I'm not going to do that. But I want to show you how this works as far as what are the results. Recently, just within the last week, we finished a campaign that we ran for 22 days for our board game night, which we were doing as a way of reaching out to the community, trying to introduce people to the church who had not been a part of our church before. We did a $100 budget, which is really small. We did it for 22 days. And over that 22-day period, you can see here, we reached 4,917 people within a 10-mile radius of Darmstadt. And it was to people from the ages of 20 to 60. This is the ad that we ran. It was for our board game night on the 24th, which was last Saturday. And it has all information on here about when it was, where it was, and just all the information there. The See More was a link to our page on our website for that. So that works out really nicely. It brings people to that. It becomes a very small ad that appears to the left, to the right, excuse me, of people's timelines on their page. So over the course of that 22-day period, almost 5,000 people saw a miniature of this ad that showed up on the right side of their timeline as they were going through. We wanted the graphic to be something that would catch their attention. Board game night, very large. We got the attention of 162 people. Of those 162, 60 people clicked on the graphic, and so they got the information in a larger format. 18 people liked our Facebook page as a result, which is really good because that means that in the future, anything we paste on our Facebook page is going to show up on their timeline, which means that other people are going to see it on their timeline as well when they visit them. So that's really a nice feature. Then we had 3 people who commented. They contacted us via Facebook Messenger just by clicking on the link and asking the questions. Things like, can I come a little bit late? Can I bring a friend? Any of that kind of thing, which is really great because it means that they are genuinely really interested. And then we had 8 people who thought enough about this and thought they had a friend who would be interested that they actually sent a link to their friend inviting them to come and join, which is also a great development that you want to have. Now, in the bottom line of this was that we had the event last Saturday night. It was really good. It was our best attended board game night to date, and half the people who attended were not previously associated with our church. And that, my friends, is a really good outreach event. And so I encourage you to consider using Facebook ads as part of your promotional efforts for your church, that you would go through and see how you might be able to use this for promoting just your upcoming worship sermon series. You can use it for outreach events you're going to do. You can use it for youth events or men's meetings or whatever you would like to do. You can use Facebook as a way to promote your event or your church in general. I typically will do a broader church promotion just before Easter and Christmas, for example. Seems to work well for that. And I would hope that you would consider how this might work. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to give me a call or to send me an email. I will have the information for contacting me at the end of this video. I wish you much success in promoting your church via Facebook.